I'm so scared. I feel like it's the end of the world.
Yes, it was very loud. Yes, it was not something that fell on the ground.
You just feel like a wave. Explosion, you know, a wave goes through your whole body.
I heard an explosion, and all the ceilings is going down. And then I just go under the sink, and then the second explosion went, and then everything is black.
People don't know what to do because they are afraid, but I think we should continue living our lives like we did before.
It's a working day, and if I stay at home, they've won, and they're not going to.
It's a bit strange and weird feeling, but yeah, it continues, and we're going back to work.
Oh, that was horrible. And a massive international manhunt is on right now. Belgian investigators trying to piece together how a cell of ISIS terrorists was able to plan and carry out this barbaric attack in a city that's actually been on high alert since the Paris attacks. And there are new clues tonight found in a will left behind by one of the terrorist suspects who blew himself up while killing 34 innocent people. On the Record is live team coverage across the globe. We begin with FSN correspondent Kevin Ozebek, live in Brussels. Kevin, who left the will behind and what did it say?
Well, the suicide bomber who left this will behind was Brahim El-Bakrari. Now, he's got a very interesting backstory. He was a known criminal, so Belgian police knew exactly who he was. And in this will, he said that he was basically afraid of being captured and afraid of ending up behind bars. Now, Greta, this is exactly in line with what security analysts were warning in the days leading up to the terror attacks on Tuesday. They said as Belgian and French police were getting closer to knowing exactly who's making up these cells, and as they were getting closer on closing in on these cells, there was that fear that these cells would all of a sudden accelerate plans to attack. And now, based on this will from El-Bakrari, that looks like that's exactly what happened here.
Kevin, here, the Brahim is the older one, the one who left the will, the one who said that he thought people were following him. He got sentenced to 9 years in prison in about 2010 or 2011. It's only 2016. Whatever happened to that? And if he's a known criminal to the Belgian authorities, and I don't mean to pick on the Belgian authorities tonight, there's a lot of grief and a lot of, tonight in that city, but what happened?
Well, first off, Greta, we don't know why he was released out of jail early. We don't know how he got out of that sentence. But I think one of the most interesting developments today actually came from all people, the president of Turkey, Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Just hours after Belgian prosecutors held a news conference today identifying these brothers and saying that even though Belgian police knew who they were, it didn't appear that they had any ties to terrorism. The Turkish government came out with a statement saying that the oldest brother, Brahim, was spotted in Turkey last summer, and it appears that he was trying to get into Syria, into ISIS territory. So Turkish police deported him back to Europe, and according to Turkish government officials, they warned the Belgians that this particular man may be a militant. But despite that warning, the Turks say that the Belgians let him go anyway because there was a lack of evidence.
Right,
that, of course, is a very black eye on the Belgian intelligence service. Does
Turkey have any others that they have sent back to Belgium that they have warned the Belgians about that they're not talking about tonight, or is it just Brahim? Is this the single one?
Well, Greta, we don't know the answer to that right now, but we do know that there is this fear, this very great fear, that hundreds of Europeans have left this continent to go to Syria to be trained, only to then return home to plan attacks. In fact, the AP came out with a big report on that just today. So this has been the fear of European security analysts and agents for a long time now. So the big questions are, who else is out there? How many terror cells are operating in Europe? And when exactly do they plan to strike? We know from these ISIS propaganda videos that London is a target, that Prime Minister David Cameron has popped up on these ISIS propaganda videos. And ISIS is warning that there will be other attacks here on this continent. So a lot to be fearful for. But European intelligence agents say they are working as hard as they can to identify these people, to try to detain them, question them, interview them, and figure out what exactly they're planning.
And, of course, they are working hard tonight. Kevin, thank you.